Resident Evil 4 Remake is definitely worth your time and money. It's one of the top games this year and best game to get right now, and on par with the original and improves upon it in so many ways. In this video, I'm going to go over all the reasons why the Resident Evil 4 Remake is definitely worth your attention. Before that, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so now. I promise not to disappoint you, and you'll be helping me to continue growing and improving my channel. Thank you for watching, so let's get started. For those of you who remember playing the original version of Resident Evil 4, you'll be happy to know that the game has received a complete overhaul, and the graphics are amazing. From the moment you load it up, you'll be blown away by the fresh, updated visuals that bring the game to life in a way that the original simply couldn't back then. The story is set in a remote Spanish village, and you play as Leon, a secret agent tasked with rescuing the president's daughter, Ashley. From the very beginning of the game, you'll be thrust into a world of horror, filled with all sorts of grotesque monsters, and the only way to survive is to fight your way through. The graphics are insane in this game, with a lot of details and little things that will catch your eye. The areas are incredible and the architecture is impeccable. Everything is so realized and feels just like classic Resident Evil 4. One of the things that make this game truly great is the atmosphere it creates. Capcom have done an excellent job of creating a world that is both eerie and compelling. The sound design is exceptional, with all sorts of creepy noises that will keep you on edge. The tension is palpable, and you'll constantly be on the lookout for enemies that could attack at any moment. Another standout feature of the game is the inventory system. You'll have to manage your items carefully, as you'll only have so much space to work with. This adds an extra layer of strategy to the game, making it even more engaging. The story is pretty much the same as in the original, but with a few new twists and turns there to keep you invested. It's a lot more well-paced and crafted. A lot of characters have been improved and have more depth now. Characters like Leon, Sadler, Krauser, Lewis, and Ashley have more in-depth characterization this time. There's a lot more lore also with the bosses and environments that gives the game more tantalizing pacing. The only problems that I have is Ada's voice acting and the things that are cut from the game, including incendiary grenades, the PRL gun, separate ways, which will most likely be added later in the DLC packs. Obviously, they made some changes to make the story make more sense, but the pacing of the story, and they actually gave characters like Lewis and Ashley more depth, also making us learn more about Lewis' backstory with Sadler and having more screen time where he would join Leon in battle compared to the original, where he would just stay mysterious, disappear, and Ashley making us absolutely adore her with the way she interacts with us throughout the story. She also does stuff to contribute to progressing in the game compared to the original Ashley, where would get in the way and be annoying AF. She's useful for once. The enemies are more aggressive and stronger compared to the original, while at the same time, Leon has more defensive options from dodging to parrying. The story, characters, and world building were also massively improved from the main characters to the villains. Even the notes that you find are very well written and interesting in a way that it fleshes out the lore. The merchant is also back, but this time has side missions for you to do and complete. What I love about the side missions is that they don't take too long to complete, and they're all really enjoyable, especially when it comes to fighting the side bosses. The merchant also sells items and weapons to you, and the classic arsenal of weapons, such as the TMP, Red 9, Broken Butterfly, and Striker, make a triumphant return alongside new additions. You can upgrade them with the money you loot along with some new weapons. None of the weapons feel like a dude, and every single gun shines in their own way. There's a lot of guns in the game to pick and choose as a favorite, and I love that the game gives you more options, giving you more freedom to customize your own playstyle experience. This game is insanely replayable, just like the original, with treasures and optional puzzles to find, weapons to experiment with, and outfits to make yourself more goofy. This game is a masterpiece, a perfect remake for an already perfect game. Some bosses were cut out from this remake, but it was necessary due to the overwhelming number of bosses in the original game. However, iconic bosses such as Del Lago, El Gigante, and Verdugo remain and play out similarly to the original. Capcom has been on a roll ever since 2017, and they keep on delivering an incredible game after another, and Remake 4 is not just their new crowning achievement, but a reminder of why they are still one of the best developers out there. In conclusion, there's no denying that the Resident Evil 4 Remake is worth your time and money. I honestly couldn't imagine how Capcom can improve on an all-time classic in game design perfection like the classic. But they did the impossible with this remake. A lot of remakes nowadays are usually the same games, but with very few tweaks and a huge focus on visual upgrades, which is really good. They got rid of what didn't work, but at the same time replaced them with sections that makes it feel more natural for a modern game, without pandering to modern game designs. That's all for now. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so now. I promise not to disappoint you, and you'll be helping me to continue growing and improving my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
You're kidding. Yes, the time has come. Like I told you. I'm gonna get you home safe. I'm ready to die, rookie. Exalt all, Leon! And let it be so. This time, it has to be different.